Terror on the Tube.
Welcome to Terror on the Tube, where we watch and discuss horror and suspense made for TV movies in the 70s, 80s, and on a rare occasion, the 1990s. I am Gilman Joel, and my co-hosts are Pumpkinhead Peter.
Hi.
And the Horror Unicorn, a.k.a. Allison.
Hello.
And we are joined yet again by the SOB who picked this movie. I mean, the wonderful, always effervescent Dr. Strange Holmes, a.k.a. Daryl.
I didn't pick this movie.
Yes, you did.
When did you do that?
Dude, last episode, you were
Yeah.
guest.
You didn't pick the movie. You picked the number.
Joel likes
I
to
forgot.
blame the person who picked the
Yeah, unless
random
it's good.
number.
Unless it's good. And then I'll be like, oh,
So you're
yeah,
mad
it's
about
good.
you're coming out of the gate.
Yeah.
You're mad about this movie, Joel.
No, I'm not going to confirm nor deny my true feelings.
How could you be?
Before we get started, though, I felt like something a little different for the kids on this show. If you're not watching on YouTube, you're listening to it on Spotify or whatever, be sure to check us out on Mom and Pop Video Shop, because there's a video component, which is what this next piece is going to pertain to. So, Peter, before you give us a synopsis, I think we have to hear from a special guest.
And of course, our presentation, a pilot film on a cult show called SPECTRE. Of Roddenberry's 5 shows, SPECTRE was the most sophisticated. It's the story of a criminologist played by Robert Culp who travels to England to do battle with demons, both real and imagined. Now here's part 1, Gene Roddenberry's SPECTRE.
All right. I assume everyone could hear that.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he kind of gave the synopsis right there. So
Yeah, he kind of did. Although he forgot the part about no, this is nuts, and good luck following it. And unless you have the
could I-
television fright films of the 1970s, where I had to
I
reread the
tried-
synopsis.
I tried to order that. I've ordered that 3 times, but every time it's been
Really?
sold out. So
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Well,
Weird.
look at me. Oh, thank you, Terry. My buddy gave that to me as a present. So,
And I have a question about
What happened
this
to
movie.
Daryl?
oh, please go. Daryl has decided he's had
He's
enough
left.
already.
In the category of batshit insane,
Yes,
where would this rank?
Oh,
in
it's
the-
high
in
up
the
there. It's high up there.
Susan
It's high up there.
Lucci Invitation to Hell? Above
Oh,
or
that's,
below?
that's my favorite.
No.
of the crazies.
No. Here's the key difference. Cards on the table. I like that movie.
Oh,
I like this movie.
I,
Did
What are
you
you
though?
talking
this movie
about?
was fun.
was-
Not enough
It started
apparently.
fun. It started fun, but then it just starts going down. Yeah, you know what it is?
boobies
If it had been like
and-
20 minutes shorter, I would have liked it more.
Yeah, there was a lot. There were,
Yeah.
This is like a pilot. It
Yeah, of
felt
course
like
it
a
was.
It was a pilot.
It was a
yeah.
pilot.
Oh, okay. And it felt like I was watching like a cheap Doctor Strange mixed with like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a little sprinkle of James Bond because he had
And
that
some
cool
LSD.
swagger.
Yeah, some LSD mixed in.
I think they kind of
Yeah.
molded the Sebastian.
I like
his name was Sebastian,
Yeah,
and
I
his
like that.
his gig young alcoholic friend there. They were
Yeah.
molded kind of like after.
And it was
Sherlock
also
Holmes.
named after a not so great James Bond movie.
Yes, which I mixed it up. I was like,
I know.
Spectre? What the
I
hell?
was like, did I watch the right movie? Is
Wait,
Daniel
James
Craig supposed
Bond?
to be in this movie?
What the hell?
Which
Yeah.
one had more shagging?
Probably this
Oh,
one, actually.
wow.
If
Wow.
memory serves, I think this one by a lot, actually. Yeah, so Peter, I don't care that we had Robert Englund can never ruin anything, but he may have ruined your synopsis. Go
No,
ahead and give
no,
us the
no. It's just
Write
a
him a
short.
letter.
Yeah.
Write him a word.
I'll see when I meet him. I met him 3 or 4 times actually, so I'll make a note of it. Don't ever do that again, Robert. Let's see. Oh man, I forgot to write when this was first aired. Son of a, I have failed you. Anyway,
Yes.
a criminologist and occult investigator recruits an old friend to assist in his current case. A
That's it?
sister, huh? No,
so
a
that-
sister of a prominent British businessman believes her brother dabbles in the black arts. The two investigate the matter, and that's it.
You ready for
I
this?
just thought she was thinking he's a gay, and so we have to.
Oh, is
do
that what you
something
thought it
about
was?
Well, that was the way that the sister was like,
I just thought she was like a
talking
complete
about it.
hedonist that was just, you know,
But
they were.
she said
Which,
it in a way.
the first one, because that was a succubus.
Well, she said it in a way that his sexual,
Proclivities were,
is the thing that's the evil, and it's like, and that's when I was like,
I
is
just
she
took
the
it
one
as
that's
because he
evil?
was like a complete debaucherous person. Period. Like,
Well,
full
I got
stop.
it as it went, but
Yeah.
when you see it in the first scene, it's like you don't know who is she the evil one that wants the money or something because she's saying that, or is it?
What I love by the way, what I love is the way Daryl has his camera set up. He looks like he's all of about 3'4".
Yes, yeah.
He's the imp from this movie.
Yes. Side note, funny. I don't know if you found it yet. Did you find the date?
I
Allison?
did, yeah.
Okay,
So it was the 21st of May in 1977.
So almost to the day that we record this.
Yeah.
It was
Wow.
49 years ago, almost to the day.
We've done that a couple of times.
Yeah, we
though.
have. Yeah, pretty impressive. Yeah,
I'm
totally on
old.
purpose. We
I'm
totally
so
designed
Uh,
that.
sure.
Yeah.
Still older.
Yeah. So let's go around the horn. As always, the horror unicorn, since you are our more prolific watcher of these movies in the past, had you seen this one?
I had seen the beginning before, and it's not a great endorsement of this movie to say that I watched the first few minutes and immediately fell asleep the first time I watched it.
Ooh, okay.
Which has happened to me with a few movies. It was one of those times where it was like had a cold or something, and I was on the couch with a blanket, and I was looking for something kind of spooky, cozy. So I looked up just some movies. I think actually probably watched the Newcastle After Dark version and fell asleep pretty fast. And I actually took a note last night. I was like, it must have been really quick because I do not remember the scene where he throws the book at the succubus and it makes sense. I was like, I would have remembered that had I seen it. So I fell asleep right before that happened. They were still in his house. And then I woke up at some point to when the shag bedroom where like the panel opens and there's a bunch of whips. We did say full spoilers, right?
Anybody watching, we're spoiling.
And this is available to watch for free on YouTube. So if you're interested, you can check it out first and then listen to us talk about it later if you feel so inclined. But so I woke up and I sat up and I was like, wow, I really missed something. Because there was like a little girl or a woman dressed like a little girl, and then a woman in like leather.
Like, Daddy, it's like, what is happening?
And then
that's when Sebastian walks in.
I was like, I thought this was about demons. Okay.
And Daryl's like, that's what I call a typical Tuesday evening.
Well, I call it boob magic. Is that what he did?
Boob magic.
And the best part, that's when Robert Culp's character, Sebastian, opens the door and walks in. It's like, oh, maybe
he's holding the whip.
He's
got, like,
And here's the thing,
come back later.
I didn't keep watching it because I realized I'd missed so much that first time. I was like, I'll come back to this later. But I went for it because I saw the poster thumbnail on YouTube, and it was dude with a lizard head and like a full regalia type robe of some sort. And I thought
I'll show that in a little bit.
And I thought that's something I want to know about when I see the lizard headed dude in the satanic robes. Like, yes. And then and so another movie that I had this problem with was the movie The Devil's Reign. Have y'all ever seen The Devil's Reign with
Yeah.
So the first few times I ever watched it, I don't know what it was about that movie. It would just like, I'm not somebody who falls asleep all the time either. I started to feel lulled to sleep. And then I finally watched it all the way through and I was like, oh, this movie's nuts. And I kind of love it. And then I saw it in a theater because they did a revival screening here in town. And, I just thought that's so crazy that this is a movie that I slept through like 70% of multiple times on that one. It took multiple takes for me to be awake enough to stay for it to get really crazy.
Yeah,
but you can do that. You can have an action movie with action all through, and it'll kind of lull you to sleep anyway, because it's just. So I depends on how tired you are.
Think I'm gonna blame it on this late 70s supernatural cult aesthetic. I weirdly find that comforting. Don't come for me. Don't put me on a list. And so I think I'm just like, oh, that's not really scary. And then I curl up with my blanket and I'm like, I love all the colors and the weird robes and the fire pit, and then I fall asleep. I don't know.
Well,
And the weird protrusions of their
that's
heads.
no more weird than my wife and I watching true crime crap as we're falling
See,
asleep.
that's way scarier.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So Peter,
Yes, sir.
had you seen or heard this movie, not the James Bond version?
No, I've never seen it. I have heard about it though, because many moons ago on Forgotten Flicks, on a Spooky Flicks Fest, we had listeners call in about different movies, and they had and I don't remember who did it, but Spectre was on there.
Really? How the hell do you remember that?
That's awesome.
Because yeah, I don't remember what year it was. I think it was
Oh, well, then never mind. I'm not impressed anymore.
I'm sure it was one of the last Spooky Flicks Fest on Forgotten Flicks, though. So
Okay.
but there were a lot of we had I think there was that was the year there was a review out every day, because we had listeners send in about their different movies.
Yeah.
So I've heard about it before, but I never see it.
I love the idea that Daryl can only get through podcasts with us if he's drinking, and it's not water.
No, I'm drinking water.
Okay.
It's my little dog dad.
Aww.
See?
I have water
I got for Christmas. Yeah.
From your dog?
Brown.
Yes, he bought it.
Aw.
Does he have an allowance?
You should, as much as it cost me.
Or
So
did he just steal it?
Daryl, had you seen this before?
When growing up, I watched all those late night movies, and I feel like I know of it, and I probably went to sleep too because it was late at night. But I know I feel like I've seen it or seen parts of it, but I couldn't tell you what happened in the movie then. I probably can't tell you what happened in the movie now.
Yeah.
No one can.
I love the aesthetic of this movie. Like, it reminds me of the old Avenger TV shows, and
Yeah.
that Mr. and Mrs. Smart. Whole
with the cone of silence and all the gadgets.
Like it has that psychedelic, crazy vibe where everyone has sex eyes.
I had a moment of Clockwork Orange vibes in it.
Yes, all of it. Like
and the way it
James Bond
starts,
stuff, the old James Bond movies,
Yeah.
it has that vibe.
It did have that. Yeah.
a word that popped into my head when it started because of the music was whimsical. Because that's kind of how it started out with the music, and then it went
I thought
way
he was going to
past
turn
whimsical.
evil. Like, I thought at first, because I didn't look at the synopsis. I just I'm going to watch it cold.
There you go.
I thought Sebastian was going to be someone who was he turns evil because he wants power or whatever, and then they would have to stop him. And because in the beginning, he's kind of, Major Barrett cuts that guy's hair, and then she's like, that's classic. I'm gonna do a spell on you, and then he's like, "I'm an alcoholic," and she's like, "No, you're not anymore."
Yeah.
And then he starts to choke.
Yeah, too bad. If we have time, we'll get into that. Too bad that didn't apply to real life.
Sadly.
Yeah.
You know what? This has nothing to do with the movie. Looking at us here, Daryl and I, is kind of how we look when we walked around with the height difference.
Yes. That is how it looks when you walk around with Peter. That is exactly
That's hilarious. I don't even want to put that together. That's so funny. All right, so I agree with you. What's that? What?
Had you seen this?
No, really.
Well,
no.
He would have complained
Stupid
about
question.
it before.
No. I totally would have complained about it for.
Yeah, he would have complained about it.
So here's the thing. I like nutty movies. I really do. But I've determined the nuttiness either has to be really consistent and keep it. I found this so convoluted, and just the plot was so all over the place. And again, I felt like it was at least 20 minutes too long.
Yeah, it should have been a standard TV.
Yeah,
movie,
like an hour and 10.
Yeah.
Because it would have been a pilot episode. It would have been 45 minutes plus commercials, right?
Yeah, that would. Yeah,
that'd have been perfect. That'd have been perfect because there's about 45 minutes of this that I liked. I love the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, the extra shots of boobies for the theatrical it wasn't that long anyway. So
they could have cut something.
Here's the thing: the opening, all the way up until they leave, the The part of the
There's
plane,
a lot of
the
exposition.
part of the weird thing on the plane, the follow up with the certainly the like weird S&M sex room, all that stuff, and then the ending. Like those parts are wildly entertaining because they're just so nuts.
Yeah, but there's parts in between that are could just.
It's like okay, dude. And I felt like when they went, we'll get to it. I'm jumping all over the place, but the part where the guy,
Like
they
the
go with
movie.
the guy, with that guy's house is on fire, and just like it's so weird to me because like the direction of like, okay, they kind of strolling up, then suddenly they're banging on the door. Maybe it's because the quality of the print, but I didn't realize the house is on fire until they opened the door. So they obviously, there was no.
Yeah, you see you see a shot of a window where it looks like, I thought, okay, what's going on at that window?
Yeah,
and
but
then
it was
all
like
of a
the way
sudden
they react.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
don't know it's on fire, it's just they're weirdly suddenly panicked. And then they go in, see a guy on the ground, and now the one guy just stands there. Like you would think you see a guy on the ground, you run to him. No. They just stand there.
And the problem with, assumingly they knew him, so I mean, you
Yes,
would
it was
probably
weird.
try to help your friend.
Oh, by the way, and I'm sure we'll get into the cast, but I also caught, and I'm sure I don't want to take away your thunder, Peter. The inspector guy that shows up. You know what I'm talking
Jackson?
about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
knew what he was from.
Cast,
I knew what he was from.
in
Yeah,
this.
he's got a great cast. Does have a great cast.
Yeah, he's been in a ton
But
of
that
good stuff.
kind of vibe of it is a little bit like a cold-blooded James Bond, right? Like sometimes he'll let somebody die. Like you think he's gonna let them die, and then he.
Yes, but
because for the
James
greater
Bond's
good.
an assassin.
Right. Well, I mean,
This guy's supposed to be helping people, I guess.
well, that's why I also thought of him as more like a Sherlock Holmes because it was more about the whole puzzle with him.
Yeah.
Instead of every time his partner would see somebody in danger, he would be like, "We got to get him. We got to, get them. We have to examine to make sure they're okay. We have to save them." And he's always grabbing them and being like, "No, we can't do that. We have to wait. Let it play out. Let it play out. We gotta play the game." So it fits all of those little aesthetics of the like no emotion kind of thing, where it looks like he has no emotion, but he does. But he's so wrapped up in the cases and the battle against this evil Mordred or name whatever nemesis
Asmodeus.
that a hero
Asmodeus.
Asmodeus.
Work me, Asmodeus.
Did you just do that?
Yeah.
I totally just did that.
Let's see the button.
Terrible
Let's see.
person.
Leave studio.
Is there an A on your head? Is there an A and blamed on your head?
Yeah, for asshole. So, yeah, I will say that again, the opening, like from the way the music is, it's like harpsichord, weird.
Yeah, the whimsical stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
whimsical. I liked when the succubus showed because it almost
bet
felt
you
like
did.
yeah, of course, but it was almost like it had like Evil Dead vibes to me.
It did.
Also,
It did.
if I'm the only one who totally thought there was a couple, especially when that one was hanging upside down later, the way she's like laughing and cackling, it
Yes.
sounded like in Evil Dead when I don't know, is it Linda the one that they have in the basement? You can hear her like hee hee hee, where she has
in the
that.
basement.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's got
The
that
hanging
I
upside
thought-
down lady?
This is three. Yes. I thought it's like 3-4 years before Evil Dead gets made. So I'm like, you know what? I wonder, could have Raimi
Someone
seen
watched.
this? Yeah, because it's so
something or other.
similar. The voice, the effect is so similar. I was like, it could be a coincidence, but I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's old comics too. Our old horror comics
EC
are like
comics,
that too. Like
yeah.
these kind
Yep.
of cults.
Yeah.
Like Brother Voodoo and
Yeah.
Doctor
Yeah.
Strange.
Oh, all of that, yeah.
all of
Nice.
that old stuff. Yeah, it all comes from the same sources.
Yeah,
So I
and
wa-
the mystery and the
we're-
switcheroo thing.
We're
Yeah.
burying the lead, guys. I mean, right off the bat, I knew when I saw Gene Roddenberry and his wife were connected to this thing. I was like, oh, well, Peter and Daryl.
Yeah, well,
really
yeah,
love this
he produced
mechanistically.
it and
I didn't
wrote
know.
it.
I just recognized her off the dome as soon as
Yeah.
I saw her.
Oh, I
was
saw her
like,
name. Actually, you'd be proud of me. Ask my wife. I saw.
Nurse Chapel?
Is it Majel? Is it Major? It's Majel, right? Is that how you say her name? Or is it Majel?
Majel Barrett, I
Yeah, Majel
think.
Barrett.
Majel Barrett,
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw the name. I said, hey, I know who that is. That's Gene
Yeah.
Roddenberry's wife. And my wife's like, who? And
Nurse Chapel is what you should have countered with.
well, I would not remember that. I was just proud of myself that I knew it was
or
his wife.
number one.
Yeah.
Oh, she's also the voice. Is that the voice of the computer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Look at
Luxana,
me. See?
and Luxana
you.
Troy.
Look at me.
Look at you.
I know.
Oh,
So,
right.
And Picard's nemesis.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I saw Gene Roddenberry's name, I said, well, of course. that's why.
Pretty much.
And so that was
And he's
cool.
like Kirk
wrote
too. He has that Kirk vibe.
Yes, he
also.
does have that swagger, that
Yeah.
like
when
he's a
he
bit of a
fights
badass.
villain, when he fights a villain, he lets the villain be over emotional and angry, and then he
Takes him
figures
down.
out how to take him down. Yeah.
Yeah, Robert Culp, I actually really loved because The Greatest American Hero
he's
as a
great.
kid. I loved him in
He's
that
great.
show back in the day.
And I
love
Spy
him in
too, which
this
is a bit
thing.
problematic.
Okay, but I would say there's a couple of moments, dude, in this movie where I laughed out loud. And I don't know if he was like, I feel like he would have been in on the joke, but there's just like when he's watching the succubus dissolve or whatever, and like he keeps cutting back. And by the way, the zoom. Tarantino's got nothing on these guys with zoom. Oh my God. There's so much of that 70s just.
I didn't see that coming either.
It was so funny, dude.
That was crazy.
And when
they're calling you down.
Yes, they are. When the succubus is, and it's just like they keeps like doing that zoom into him, and then the last one, his hair is like weirdly unkempt, which it wasn't like in the previous shot of him. So
let's see,
he's got
and
this
she's killed by the apocryphal
books of the Bible.
book of Tobit.
Yeah.
It's one of the books of the Bible.
And it works if you just throw it at someone.
Apparently, I wrote down
which is
death
how
by
I
book.
knew
But
I had
how he
missed that
slapped
before.
her in the chest.
I was
it was so weird when he slapped her in the chest with the book, and I was like, "What the just happened?
Oh, yeah.
What is that?"
You could kind of, when he asked her to sit down in that chair with the crosses, and she said, "No, I'd rather stand." I thought, okay, so there's something wrong here.
I did not see that.
Yeah, the weird
books.
chair covered in crucifixes. I mean, no offense, I wouldn't sit in that chair either.
Me either.
Yeah. I don't think anybody would, even,
It looks like
anybody.
a torture device.
I was gonna say I don't think a priest would. Like a priest would go, why?
Well,
Why am I sitting on
Seems
crucifixes?
inappropriate.
Yeah, it either seems like you're trying to trap a demon or it's sacrilegious. Either way, nobody's going for it. So I don't know what you're doing, buddy. So there was that
weird crucifix kink chair. Is what I thought.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's a lot of that in this movie.
Yeah.
There was this, like I said, there was this weird, crazy, unhinged vibe to like the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Also, did you guys watch the same one that Alice and I watched? The Newcastle? Was it Newcastle?
No, I was tired, so I just watched the movie.
Okay,
I saw it on YouTube.
Okay, it was on YouTube, but it's like a horror hosted thing. But here's the thing. I will say this.
The cigar smoking guys.
Yeah,
right?
that guy was got a cigar.
And it was
cigar.
the theatrical cut, so it had all
the
nudity.
Yes.
Yep.
So they started the movie, and then they actually, I'll say this, a lot of the horror hosts I love, they're just there for almost like kind of color commentary. They don't really add like a lot of, but these guys, you could tell, are like actually giving you some insights into the movie. And they started it, and then I was expecting like every 15 minutes or so they'd pop back up.
Nope.
And then it's like, we're like almost an hour into this thing, and then they pop up one more time. And then they don't pop up to the end. Especially by the time the movie was over, it's like, damn, I could have used you guys showing up a couple more times.
Maybe they had nothing.
Because it would have broken the movie up a little bit more. That I think would have made it a little bit more palatable to me. Because I guess
I actually went and watched the end of it just to hear their commentary. It was like it was almost like they did like this. We don't really know.
Well,
they
told the background story about some of the actors in like the midway point. So the middle interruption was like kind of talking about where people ended up and like their history and stuff, because they were talking about, I'm blanking on the name of the actor, the one that plays the doctor, and how he had alcoholism in real life, and they didn't tell the entire story, but they kind of alluded to his dark ending, which is very dark.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, they cut in more for some movies. It's kind of varies, but this one, it was just like there was just the one break. But I don't know. It depends on how much time you have. Like I like creature features a lot, but sometimes the volume is different for when they break in or when they have their little animated promotions, and that's a little bit jarring sometimes.
Yes,
I mean, I know why it's there. It's to get your attention, but it's like, okay.
Of course.
Yeah. So I guess the thing, I feel conflicted with this movie because on one hand, it did have enough like wackiness to be entertaining, but again, I just feel like there's just a lot
of talk in it.
That I just didn't care. I was never. That's what it is. I never felt like engaged enough with the story because it was so convoluted to be emotionally attached and care what the outcome was.
It almost felt like you had a pilot, and then they find out, it's not going to be as serious, so you have to. So they kind of, it's like almost
put movies in it.
No, and a lot of more like a lot of exposition and talking, and it's like they put stuff back into it because it was
to fill it out to make it more of a TV movie.
Yeah, probably because maybe a lot of this stuff about Asmodeus and stuff because apparently he's not gone. Spoiler. So that would have been a major part of the of the TV show, probably. But I think it feels like they put a lot of stuff back into it to fill it to kind of fill it up to be a
It feels like they shot all of this stuff, and then usually they'll take that stuff out when they put it on TV. But then they were like,
"Yeah, we have to do this.
We can put it back in.
It's not going to be a show anyway, so we have to put it back in to kind of make it to make it the feature length." So
because something like this would be a 2-parter TV show. Like it felt like it would.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah, exactly. They could have done it like a mini.
Yeah.
So
well, this is coming out after the Kolchak movies, which were really popular, and then I don't remember when the series started, but I believe it would have started before 77 because the first movie came out, I think, in 74. The Night the Night Stalker. Anyway, so and then you had another movie that we
74.
Another movie that we covered on here, the Norliss tapes, was also the same subject matter and format.
And I didn't like that one either.
And that was a pilot.
Which one?
That was a pilot that was like trying to be. See, the interesting thing with Kolchak is those first 2 movies, which were Dan Curtis movies, they were not intended to necessarily be a show. They were just standalone TV movies that were great. Yes. And people loved them. So then they were like, let's make this a show.
Yes. And the character's good enough that we can make a show out of it.
And Darren McGavin, not to to dismiss Robert Culp's performance, because I really enjoy Robert Culp, but like Darren McGavin's so engaging that there's just it's just a lot more interesting throughout.
You hit the nail. Allison, you totally answered my question why I didn't like this movie.
Well, because I had the same the Norliss tapes. I enjoy the Norliss tapes, but the actor who plays Norliss is not as dynamic and engaging as
Robert Culp is like Captain Charisma compared to that guy.
Right, like that's kind of a sleepier version of these 2 guys, and he's fighting supernatural forces. Yeah. And so it didn't get picked up, but that was supposed to, Norliss Tapes was also supposed to be a series.
Yeah,
you were supposed to have a different recording and a different story for each episode. So this is of that era where it's like, well, supernatural stuff's big. And it almost feels like the theatrical cut was like, this is Sherlock Holmes meets Hammer horror kind of a thing. Because they have all these extensive, really brightly lit cult scenes with the bright red robes and lots of topless women, and like it's very lusty and kind of cheeky, and I love that about it actually. But it's definitely a different vibe once you get out of the made for TV version of this, I think. Yeah. But it's just not it's not as lively or as engaging. And this some people say, oh, well, the Night Stalker series, the TV series, isn't as good as the films, which I would agree, but I still really love the series. I just think it's fun. It moves at a pretty fast pace.
Because of Darren McGavin.
There's a lot of tension. And also all of the supporting cast on that show, they're all great. Like all the people in the newsroom with him, and he's constantly sparring with recurring detectives and investigators and morticians. And so it's just a really, there's just a lot more electricity with that series. And this just, this is a lot. I mean, it's a little bit sleepier, although it's punctuated by some really weird, interesting stuff.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So that's the thing. As you're talking the whole time, I'm thinking, yep, she just answered my problem. I think one, and I'd be curious to go back in all of the movies we've covered that have been, whoa, Daryl.
That's dog ears. Sorry about that.
I'm sure that's what it was. So I think all of the movies we've covered for the most part that have been this sort of like failed pilot type of thing have been some of the ones I've liked the least. And I think it's because like to Peter's point, they'll add filler because they're like, well, we need to make it into a TV movie. So exactly. And therefore, so that drags it down as a story. And then also they all, like to your point, this is like Night Stalker, but just not as engaging or interesting to me. Because not only was Dan Curtis behind Night Stalker, I think Richard Matheson wrote the teleplays, if memory serves, and obviously freaking Darren McGavin is a badass.
I mean, at some point, we'll probably cover that and get to talk about it in depth, I'm guessing. I mean,
Yeah, it probably, and I haven't
I'll
seen
be
it in
very
years,
excited.
but my guess, if memory serves, it feels different than this. It feels like a cohesive, complete story, and not just something where they had to put filler into.
Yeah.
You know?
No, but I also think during this time there's a lot of these like this sort of thing, like a kind of criminologist or searching out the occult and figuring out all that. There's a lot of movies that were pilots that were supposed to be shows, and you can't really have
a ton.
You can't have all of them. So that's why a bunch of them got nixed too. So So because there's a lot of them during the 70s.
It doesn't have enough side characters that you look at and you'll be like, oh, okay, this is his little cast of supporting characters. There's not enough of that for him. Like I think if he had enough.
Yeah, you have in this one, but then you kind of have to think about along the way.
So they don't show them to be regulars. Like
just look at
this is the poster. So this is a goofy fun, but this is the vibe of like the first 20 minutes of the last.
And people think
what I was on board for.
Yes, it is. It is.
And like that, if it had been more of that, I probably would love this movie. But it wasn't enough of that for me to love it. And then to go real quick, let's just go because there are, like you said, Peter.
He looks so happy, the little lizard king.
Okay, for some reason I'm seeing the back. Why am I in the back rooms?
I don't know. You went too far.
I don't know. Where are you going?
I think you're on the internet long enough. That's just what's going to happen.
For sure.
There you go.
Side note, I'm very much looking forward to that movie. All right, so we've got directed by Clive Donner, who I was like, at first I was like, Barker? Oh, no, Donner. And he also, I think he did the George C. Scott version of Screw or Christmas Carol, which is a pretty famous version of that.
And you didn't watch New Pussycat, a movie called Vampira, The Sinister Man. Yeah, the Christmas Carol. Yeah.
But now one of the producers, by the way, one of the producers on this is Steinman, right? It starts with, is it Dennis?
Hang on.
I think it's Dennis Steinman?
No, Danny Steinman. Associate producer.
I saw his name. I'm like, why do I know that name? And before I looked at him, I was like, I know. Directed Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. That is, he's only directed 4 movies. He's only directed 4 movies, and it's hilarious because his highest rated movie is the one like porno he made back in the 70s.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't he an adult film director? And people were
only one. He only did one.
People were giving him, saying that he was creepy on the set of Part 5 towards the female actresses.
Part 5 was like, I always felt like it was like, and this is saying something, like the sleaziest feeling of all of the Friday the 13th. Like there is something kind of sleazy about it.
Which is not to knock an adult film director. Lots of people have done adult films that have gone to do things that were great and also or maybe made a career of it and were totally professional. But like that guy in particular had a reputation for harassing people.
I guess though, here's the reality. To find out that there's a connection between like how you would act towards people and that, I wouldn't be shocked. Oh, really? I would be shocked. Like based on, like I know, Peter, I have not seen his original motion picture. But yeah, I never heard the thing about him being unprofessional, let's say, allegedly. But I always felt, just as a viewer, 5 of all of them, and they obviously a lot of Friday 13ths are, a little bit, have a little sleaze factor to them, but it just always felt a little bit more so. And then I found, I was like, oh, well, okay, well, he's had a background making.
It's also just a weaker entry into the franchise.
Because it's not Jason, spoiler alert. Let's see here. Let me show this image.
Savage. Oh, you did Savage Streets.
Oh, he did do that, which is another kind of sleazy movie.
Okay.
So
he did a movie. He did a comedy that actually Get Smart was based on.
Who did?
The Nude Bomb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh, the director of this.
Yeah, Clive.
That's
why I got that vibe.
This creature is also actually in the movie. This
Yes.
I mean, this movie is just like that. What? There's.
Oh yeah.
It's like they threw everything into it.
Yeah. It's.
They did. Nobody said no.
So we got, in case for those people watching on the. Okay, if I can get this to go. Why is it not going over? Go.
I don't know.
Can you guys see it? Okay. There you go. So Robert Culp, for those that don't know what he looks like, there's Mr. Culp.
Cold Night's Death, a movie that Joel didn't.
Oh, I hated that movie. That's right. I forgot he was in that.
Yeah, the chimp movie.
Yes, which is why I think I hated it, because I wanted more Killer Chimp. John Hurt, of course,
Never heard of him.
from Alien. Never heard of him.
No.
By the way, does he not take the best bitch slap you've ever seen in a movie? In this movie,
Yeah.
I am pretty confident that guy really slugged him one because it looked.
He probably did.
And
He
the hairdo
really-
he was sporting in this one was like,
Oh, yeah.
man.
Oh
But,
yeah, for sure. Let's see here. We got. Oops, I did not mean to go to the character. Okay, let me go across. Okay, so there's Gig Young,
Good young, yeah.
and who had an untimely. Oh, well, I mean, he was what, 60s, mid 60s. So just to get this
Yeah,
out of the way,
yeah.
if I understood it correctly, he was an alcoholic. He was originally he was supposed to be the Gene Wilder character in Blazing Saddles, and they had to fire him.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they
because
said
he
in the
was
Newcastle After
drunk.
Dark.
Can you even
Yeah.
imagine? I forgot. I'd heard that story before. Can you imagine Blazing Saddles without it being Gene Wilder, though?
No,
You can't-
not at
I
all.
couldn't.
Can't
Can
even
you imagine
imagine.
it being with Gig Young?
No,
No.
because he seems like such a serious. And I guess that would be the joke, right? He'd be like the straight man, the serious guy. But I just don't think that. I don't know. I don't think that.
Probably wouldn't have worked.
Things worked out for the right reasons. Because oh my
See,
god,
what it says? Gig Young was noticeably drunk throughout the production and frequently slurred his lines.
he started
His
going to
drinking problem
withdrawal
was
because he was
written
trying to
into the
stop.
script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he was shaking. That's so sad. But anyway, apparently,
Yeah, that's rough.
He had his like fifth wife. They just got married.
Yeah,
and
Kim
he-
Schmidt, the German actress.
And for the YouTube gods, so this doesn't get just shot down by the AI algorithm. Let's say there was a self deletion and involuntary deletion of her that he did. Yeah,
Wow.
pretty bad.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
it's
bad.
intense.
Yeah, pretty bad. And then Gord Jackson, I was so proud of myself. Great Escape. He was in the Great
Well,
Escape.
yeah, that's one of the productions he was in.
That's
He's been
the
in
main thing.
No, he's been in a ton of stuff. So
That's what I recognized it from.
Golden Rendezvous is another one.
What is it?
Golden Rendezvous, which is an Alistair MacLean.
Okay.
The movie's not all that great,
Which is probably why none of us knew what you were talking about.
Oh God! Upstairs, downstairs. The professional.
I've heard
the
of that.
professional, The Professionals is a really good.
The one with Jean Reno?
No,
Jean
The
Reno.
Professionals.
Oh,
CI5. It's a British,
Léon,
It's a British.
Les
agent.
Professionnels.
Oh God.
Okay, Majel
Darryl
Barrett.
Scott.
I think you guys may have heard of her before.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Ann Bell does not ring a bell. I don't know if she does for you guys.
Well, she's been in a ton of TV stuff and a lot of actually.
She
a lot
looks
of the
familiar to
British.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but
she
the
totally looks familiar to
Avengers
me too,
was
based
saying-
on
She was in
the avatar they have for her. I honestly have no idea who she
The
was.
Saint, Journey to the Unknown, and oh God, I wrote this down. She was in an episode of a British detective show called Shoestring. The guy's name, he was Eddie Shoestring, lived in a houseboat. We watched it, and it's impossible to find now. I don't think it's even gotten a release, but she was on an episode of that one, and I like that. So, so she's known. I mean, a lot of the actors and actresses in this have been in a lot of the British movies and TV shows, so it's recognizable.
And she was in
here.
Captain America.
Here's the thing: if she was in all that stuff, why do we get the weird like placeholder image of her? Like, can somebody not have
I don't
uploaded?
know. I don't know.
Because I don't remember what she
Probably
looks
weird.
like.
It
Without
probably means that whoever her agent was didn't care enough to.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, I mean, she was
update
the
her
main female actress in this
Yeah.
show, in this movie, so you don't remember
Okay.
the sister and
If you scroll
Yes.
up,
Yes.
go
Now I
scroll up
remember.
to the top with the
Yes.
images. She's right there.
right
Scroll.
there. That okay. Now
Yeah.
I do remember. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't
She's
know why I
right
wasn't.
there.
I didn't remember the names. That's why I
No.
wasn't.
James Villiers, who we thought was the villain.
Yes, he totally had the villain. He's the one that bitch slaps John Hurt really
Yeah.
good. Like, I mean,
He's been in a bunch of good movies. Actually, one we covered on Forgotten Flicks with Hammond. Daryl wasn't there for that one.
was he in the Blundin one?
Yeah, The Amazing Mr. Blondin.
Oh, okay. He
Yeah,
did
yeah,
look
yeah.
vaguely familiar. Okay.
Yeah. He's been in Repulsion. Remember that?
Yeah, the Polanski movie, right?
Yeah, and he's
Yep.
been in a Bond movie. So
He looks like a Bond villain
does.
type guy. Yeah.
He does.
Jenny Runacre played Sydney. Was she like the dominatrix or one of those chicks? I don't remember. I don't honestly.
or was
the-
she the driver of the car? Maybe.
Oh yeah. Okay. By the way, this is the kind of moment I
Might
love in
be,
this
yeah.
movie. They're in the back of what I presume is a limousine, but it looks like a regular sedan.
Yeah.
The dude, Culp, picks up a phone to talk to the driver who's like 3 feet in front of him.
Yeah.
I love
Because that's what you do.
I love that because it was so dumb. This is
do.
going to go there in a really fancy car if he picks up a phone and talks to the driver. And what does Gig Young say? I find her very sensual.
Yes.
Yeah, his character
He
was
was
just
strong.
on the prowl.
I know, the whole movie.
Yes.
For sure.
I feel like that would have been an ongoing joke if this had been picked up. Every episode would have had him committing some like untoward, like he would have caught with a whip, caught with chains, caught with something. You know, you have to.
The first one he wakes up with is right there, Vicky Michelle, which I remember from a show called Allo Allo, which was a spoof of a. She's one of the maids in the Allo Allo too. So.
I will take your word for it.
Allo was a spoof of an English show called Secret Army. It was kind of like the Underground Railroad doing the.
Allison, are you familiar with Allo Allo?
Allo Allo?
No.
It's kind of reminds me of the American version of what's that one?
Hogan's Heroes?
Yes,
Hogan's
that's exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, Hogan's Heroes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I watched that. All right.
Did American.
Of course. I'm guessing the maids.
Oh, there is
the ones who all three in the bedroom.
If you scroll down, Kim Schmidt was the policewoman in this one, the one that ended up marrying Gig Young and.
In real life, that's the one. That's the one he involuntarily deleted.
Yep.
No.
Oh my gosh, no.
Yep.
That sucks. God,
Did they meet on this set?
I would think so. Maybe.
And
she fell in love with him.
Yeah, with
with the money. Did he have money?
He was an Academy Award winner.
Oh yes,
right?
he did meet on the set of the movie. Yeah.
Wow.
And then a little over a year
just
later,
took a very dark turn.
It sure did.
Wow.
A year later, oops.
That sucks.
Dang, man.
And it was only a year later.
Heebie-jeebies, man. That's no, thank you. Okay, let's move on.
He kind of he was on the downward spiral, so.
Yeah, no, you don't say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, well, I got nothing else to say about this godforsaken. I'm just kidding.
I actually wrote down waterbeds, huh? Remember how popular those were?
Who had a waterbed? Come on.
My grandparents had one, and
I had one.
And I remember that my grandma she wasn't mad at me, but she was worried because I kept trying to put the cat on top of it. So
you had to be careful.
You
had to be careful because if they went their claws, boy. I had one when I lived with my dad, and it was like this one, where it was like the kind if you hit it, it was just like straight up like.
Wow, man, the screwing house.
Yes, there was.
Oh, right.
Yes,
I've heard stories about that.
Yeah, in my room, the whole wall was a mirror.
You know what I picture? There's an episode of the X-Files where for a little while he's been body switched with this other guy, and it's an episode that takes place like after that's all been resolved, but he's back in his apartment for the first time, and it's been completely redone, and he's got a waterbed and a mirror on the ceiling, and you just see and plus there's always all these like sexual jokes about David Duchovny anyway, and it's like
and Mulder. Was there a implication that Mulder was like addicted to porn or something?
Right? Like they show him. It looks like there's
in real life,
right? No, that's what I'm saying. Is like there was this parallel, but like there's an earlier episode where it shows him. It looks like he's watching porn, but it's just the Patterson Gimlet footage over and over again. But in this one, he lays down on his bed and he's like, and he doesn't know it's a water bed, and he's just like, whoa, and then there's the mirror on the ceiling, and I just when you talk about your dad's place, I always just picture that episode.
And there's another episode of the X-Files where it kind of replaced the same day over and over again, and he walks up and he hasn't heard because Scully calls him, and because he's late, he's not for work. That's because his waterbed has sprung a leak and everything.
Right.
And she keeps saying, "You have a waterbed?" and he keeps reliving this. He wakes up soaking wet because it's the same day plays over and over again. But you have a waterbed?
I remember my dad when we first moved in. I you'll be shocked to learn this, guys. I was so naive, I didn't get it. That in his room there was a jacuzzi, and the entire ceiling was a mirror. And there was like this place was so sketchy.
Probably shag carpet this thick.
we pulled back the carpet to do something one time, and there was an effing safe in the foundation of the floor.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say, and there was dry rot and mold.
No, there was a safe, like a combo,
everything was rotten and water damage.
That's for all the cocaine.
The main room that it used to be like, what was it, presumably like the garage they had converted to like the. It had
Did
like
you put a black light in there?
No, don't do
that. Oh no, you
don't do that.
I don't want to go there,
man.
No, but the main living room there was a bar. There was a full bar area. It was like every 3 feet there was a phone jack along the floor. It was so weird. It was so sketchy.
So they probably had like the sex.
It was something, bro. It was so weird. I found it years ago. I did research years later. The guy who owned it before us was a professional magician.
Yeah,
it was no business. That was his front, at any rate. He was
the front. Yep. Yo, you want to talk about horny magicians? They are the
horniest people ever.
Oh my gosh! Look them up. Look at any famous magician, and
I will pass. All right. So, on that note, any other grand thoughts about this movie other than I guess?
I mean, it's.
It was like not the worst movie we've ever covered.
I'd be interested to see what they would have done if he had gotten like a couple of episodes on TV, knowing it was going to be on TV. I'd be interested in see, like, when they do this and then they have to adapt it for television for real.
Yeah,
they usually change up who the main characters are because they get new actors for like the side characters or whatever. They get new actors, they get a new set. They they have to make it cheaper. Like I'd be curious what it would have looked like if they had changed this into like a series.
Yeah, and had was the main culprit just to be Asmodeus, or would he actually have gone down the route of finding other supernatural?
Well, he probably would have fought Occult.
Probably. And Asmodeus, it would have been like if you got Supernatural. Remember, like the demon with the yellow eyes. It's like they kind of track it through the first couple
yellow
seasons.
Eyes. That's what they call them.
Right? So I bet you would have been like that, where Asmodeus is the main demon.
We had a discussion about this kind of early on when we did Vampire, Joel. One of the first episodes.
That was also a pilot.
That was also a pilot. It was like it would have been boring to just go after the kind of the head vampire all the time. You have to kind of
you have to have little things.
You have to have monster of the week.
Exactly.
You absolutely do.
You can have an arc, but you still have monster of the week.
Like I said, for me on the classic bell curve of Haunted by Her Past to Invitation to Hell, this is definitely closer to Haunted by Her Past for me, but not quite down that far. But I'll never watch it again. I'm just being honest.
It's batshit crazy. That's
but not enough. It's like it is.
No, I think.
But it is kind of. They pull their punches a little bit.
Had they just scaled it down, taken away, so we had the normal TV movie length of it, that would have worked. I
probably would have liked it a lot more.
Yes, I think so too, because it got. I wouldn't say boring, but it.
No, I was kind of bored. I'm not gonna lie. I was
fight enough. Like Robert Culp is physical.
He
should have had.
But remember, he had that wound here that looked kind of weirdo.
About the hole in his heart.
I also, I'm going to say, I prefer him as a villain because
Robert Culp.
Yeah,
Robert Culp was actually
funny. He did a couple episodes of Columbo, and one of them, I think the first one. He's like a PI who's blackmailing the people that he tails. Like he's like, I won't tell your husband about your affair, but I have all this documentation and you have to pay me so much money. And he ends up killing this one wife at the very beginning of the episode. And he's great in it, but also the way it's shot. They do this scene where it's like a whole scene of him cleaning up after the murder because it wasn't planned. And you see it reflected in his glasses. So it's just like, so you're seeing it from this other perspective. And it's just really cool. And it's a great episode. It's one of the early Columbos. And those ones are just all just great. It gets a little weirder as it gets into the 80s, but it was. I
honestly only think of him as like a Fed, like a good guy.
No, he's chilling as a villain. Like he's a very good villain.
I can see that though. I can see that.
And he did, I think, a couple episodes of Murder, She Wrote too, where he's sympathetic, but also not a good guy. Not to be spoiled.
Which is fun. It's fun to see. Yeah, it's fun to see an actor like Robert Culp in roles like that, or other actors.
Bad guy in Big Bad Mama.
Oh,
was he the bad guy in that?
I haven't seen that in so long.
I have not thought. I have not thought that movie in forever. Hold on. Is Angie Dickinson in that one? Is that the one?
I think so.
Yeah, it's the second one he was in, and I wonder.
I only saw the first
It's been a
one.
while.
Okay, 1987, Big Bad Mama 2, Robert Culp. Look at you, Daryl.
There you go.
Nice.
Listen, don't
deep cut.
You talk about Angie Dickinson.
that was a Jim Wynorski movie. I had no idea.
Seriously?
That woman.
Yeah, part 2 was.
Jim Wynorski.
That woman,
which would explain
things.
Speaking of sleazy movies.
Yep.
Yes. Yes, it was.
God, I need to scratch down a bit here, Daryl, because that is just weird.
I do have to say,
me sitting up like this and Daryl being that low down. It looks.
I think it's hilarious.
If we sit in proportion to all of our relative heights, I'm not going to be on the screen. So.
You're that tall?
I'm 5'4". That's not like
height.
tiny, but I'm way shorter than all of you.
Compared to the giant over here.
Yeah, really. Good Lord.
So I love
like this,
things I love about this were a lot of the locations and sets, which I feel like had this turned into a show, probably would have gotten scaled way back.
Yeah,
but
probably
the whole like the exteriors of all the buildings when they're shooting in London and they're driving around
his house when they first show up there. I thought I thought of you, Allison, when they first showed the house. I was like, I bet Allison.
His house is great, and I really liked Merlin's. Was it called Merlin's Mew? What was it called? It was like something.
Yeah, it's weird. It was like Merlin's
It sounded
Mew.
very cat-like.
It
anyway,
was Merlin's
I loved.
Mew, yes.
I was like, oh, it's a shame this set was on fire because this looks like a really cool, really interesting wizardy place full of occult things.
Did I miss something for the
yes,
ending?
Probably. But so did I.
The guy when she comes where she's supposed to be
when
now.
She comes back.
Succumbus anymore. But they go into the other room and what's his face?
Ham.
And Ham goes in with her, and they basically have the look of, we are going to have so much sex in this room.
They got the freak on, probably.
They close the door.
He's gonna test her with the book first.
Right. He's going to. Why are you touching my boobs with a book again? And Sebastian says something offhanded to
looks on
Lilith,
Troy.
like it's not going to happen. What he thinks is going to happen is not going to happen in that room. And
because he watches the painting with the
and he sees the A. So I'm sitting there like, what was the implication? Like she was gonna change into a monster again? Or, and why was he okay with that?
Yeah. Why didn't he run in to help him?
She said because he said something like when he does the examination or whatever, the therapy session is it's not gonna be what he thinks it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm. It's weird.
And then it just goes to the painting in the A.
Yep.
And then I'm waiting for something to happen, and then you never hear any screaming or anything, and then that's it. It's just over. And I was like, what did I miss?
Which is why I went back and watched it again, and I still didn't no, not the whole movie, just the last scene.
Just
I thought it would be a joke.
Just
I thought it would be
for
like
research purposes. I had to watch the last scene.
But I did go back to that scene too. So
I thought it was going to be like a joke, right? Like he goes to kiss her or something, and then you find out that she's some kind of demon or whatever.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because the character of Lilith says, "Oh no, that's really her this time." Like she can tell. So I'm not sure what they're implying, other than that.
Yeah, what are they implying?
Asmodeus is.
Oh, we did another spell and his penis won't work.
Hence the screaming.
She jinxed his coffee.
They did cut his hair so they could do any spell they want on him.
That's true. So. Fair point.
Yeah. It's a kind of a weird ending.
He'd be screaming, not like this.
I mean, it's a typical TV movie ending or a pilot ending where you kind of want to see more.
Next week.
But still, exactly what's going on.
Yeah, but still. She was supposed to be the real one this time.
Totally forgot to mention the Jawas that show up in the middle of the debauchery.
Oh yeah,
I love the whole scene. There's layer
everything.
Too.
Yeah,
the layer was awesome, and I loved that you had to go through like a hinge and move a stone to get down there, because I feel like lots of people have looked at those hinges around the UK and thought, I bet there's something underground, or there's the sacred mounds and things where there were burial chambers and things all over Europe. It's very interesting.
Did you see that family who found out that they were getting smells? They bought this house and they were getting smells, and then they started to dig underground, and they found out there's a whole nother house underground.
Whoa, no.
Yeah.
What?
It was a whole nother.
Was somebody living in the other house?
Well, that's what they kept thinking. It's old, and they kept going in. Like, they're still trying to find out. Like, it's so
where was
deep
this at?
underground.
Where was
like
this?
Barbarian
I
or
can't
something?
Remember.
Oh, I know. I was about to say that's.
I can't remember the where they were, but they just had the cameras go in. Like, they excavated part of it, and they show like they had a whole like tomb like thing where it was all this open space.
Hell no, man.
It was so scary. And they're like, they didn't know this was there when they bought it. They had no fucking idea. They just knew that they were getting these weird smells from it, like bodies or something.
So
it's still going.
I was wondering, was it like decomposing bodies? But
it's still going. They're still looking.
But here's what I say: if you told me that no, they were smelling like cooking smells, and like somebody was down there acting,
it's like a weird frogging situation.
Yes, like that. That's
or you go down. There's a whole nightclub scene going on.
Yeah,
and it's not. It looks like it could have been like an area where they held people prisoner or whatever. Like, it looks like that. It's that old.
Is it me though? Like, I would find it
quickly would you have moved?
Oh, it's creepy.
No, it's creepy. That's creepy. And if there's like dead bodies, that's creepy. But if it turned out people were actively living down there, that's living,
what I kept thinking.
But like living normally, like they're cooking and they're going about their daily lives, and they don't know you're up there and you don't know they're down there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you go to their house.
Who's supposed to pay rent?
But then, wait, no, you go to their house and like, it's almost like, yes, you're going down, but like when you come up the steps, it's like normal. Like, you could go out the door and you're in the outside.
No, I
but
get
you went
what
down
you're
to
saying,
get to their house. Yeah.
It's still freaky, man.
Yeah, it's kind of freaky though.
I'm very
Nobody
curious.
knows about it.
Where did this happen?
He didn't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I can't remember. I'm gonna
Way to leave us hanging, Daryl.
Like this movie.
Look it up. Yeah, like this movie. Actually, it's fitting. All right. Speaking of, how about the next movie?
Oh.
Allison's turn to pick. Checking. You haven't picked. You haven't. To be fair, it'll be very hard for you to not do better than Daryl did. You haven't
Did you feel that, Daryl? That was
hate this movie. I thought it was all right. I thought it was kind of middle of the road fare, and I think
I guess what it was. It was mad. It was nuts enough that it could have been more than mad.
Had I watched the non-theatrical cut, I might have felt a little differently, because I think all the crazy.
I don't think you can find that anywhere.
Well, so there you go. I thought the kooky sort of weird satanic shag pad elements were fun, and I loved the whole cult scene at the end. I kind of wish we could have had a little more of that, but I don't know. I did not have a problem with this movie like you did. I was very. I feel like I come out in the middle on this one.
A bit too long, a bit too long, but I kind of dug it anyway.
Well, it's been like 6 months since Allison has picked, so we.
I'm not saying I'm not going to. What are we going up to, like 70 or something?
Well, 75 was the last one that Daryl picked. Was 75?
I think there's actually 77. I haven't.
So pick a number, and it'd be easier for you to pick a number.
Between 1 and 74. Just pick a number.
27 yet?
I do not think so.
Okay.
No, we haven't. You've probably seen it. 27 is from 1975, and it's called Satan's Triangle.
That sounds familiar. The title. There's a lot of things called that though, like Devil's Triangle or just Triangle.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if it's going to be about the Bermuda Triangle.
No.
Or about Satan.
It's going to be about Iowa.
Or about Satan playing the triangle in this of his band.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Peter, what year? 1970 what?
1975.
Oh, 5. Okay.
No, the title is familiar. I could not tell you if I don't know that I've seen that, though.
Satan's Triangle, 1975.
I don't think that's on my letterboxd.
Don't look it up, Daryl, if you want to join us. Don't look anything up.
I'm not looking anything up.
All right.
Is it on YouTube? Hang on.
So
We need to tell people. Hang on.
all right,
And it'll probably be terrible, and Joel will blame me. So stay tuned for that.
He will.
As he
not to the
usually
degree
does.
that I blame Daryl.
Oh,
Well, that is true. That is true.
let's see. Satan's Triangle.
No, I haven't seen this.
1975.
Okay. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm not looking up
Which
anything.
is cool
I'm doing the right
I'm
thing.
working my way towards 100
Ooh.
TV movies on my letterbox list. So
It's actually on Creature Features.
Oh,
nice.
okay. See, that
Okay,
makes me
there
happy.
you go.
And I've noticed that does alleviate it to some degree. If I could at least watch like a horror hosted thing,
Yes.
it makes
Yeah.
even if I
But
don't.
there's
love the movie-
there's a like a regular version too. I need to-
nah,
Why
I'm
did you
going to
do
watch
that?
the Creature Features version.
Me too.
That's the
Yeah.
house.
No, I just if people. Oh,
What's
did you
that?
find the house?
Oh,
I
right.
found it.
Okay.
Put it in the chat.
On TikTok, I got to go to TikTok.
Listen, man, it
There's
popped
no
up
other
where
way.
it popped up.
Tell me where it is. I'll look.
You're
I'll
gonna
do
have to
research.
put your foil hat on.
I am
and
not
go.
going to TikTok.
You're not logging in.
I have avoided
you know?
TikTok this whole effing
You don't
time.
have to log in. I don't have a TikTok either.
Oh.
It just popped
There
up.
are actually good versions on YouTube. So okay.
See? Relax.
Yeah, probably
Second
whichever
time.
one is on Creature Features is good quality. They usually try to get the best one.
Yeah, although they will occasionally do the AI upscaling on some
Yeah,
crappy.
they have done. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
little
it looks
weird.
like an impression. It looks like an impressionist painting. It's like it's smooth, swirly. Yeah, it's weird.
If you want to watch it like that, sure.
It'll be
If you want
Satan's
a
Starry
Impressionist
Starry
painting
Night.
version.
Just it's
Yes.
starry night.
Okay,
All right.
Satan's Triangle.
So let's go around the horn. Daryl,
Mm-hmm.
what amazing shows could people find you at if they want to hear your dulcet tones?
You can find me on Nothing's On, where we talk TV and movies. We just caught up on the Punisher Last Kill.
I kind of dug that. I liked it.
Daredevil,
Don't say anything. I haven't seen it yet.
Season 2.
Did you like it, Peter? Not Peter. Daryl, did you like it?
Yes, I'm the other Peter. Yes, I did. I mean, I
It
enjoyed
wasn't
it.
perfect. It's not perfect, and it felt very short to me. Like it could have gone.
Which
on-
was probably why it worked out as good.
I
as it
probably
did,
was.
because it didn't.
And I
try
would
to
like
go
to see,
long.
and without giving too much away, I would have like where you finally see it. Like I guess what I would like to see one where he's just the Punisher. You know what I mean?
Which is
Like,
what you got after the these
Yeah.
the hallucinations.
I feel
and
like in the new
all that.
Spider-Man movie, we're gonna get more of like him just as the Punisher than probably. But
Hopefully, yeah.
PG-13. But
He's not going to be able to like stab
nothing.
somebody through
No,
the neck and
no,
then
none
throw
of
a
that.
guy
None of
off
that.
the roof. And watch
I
him
do
die.
love John Bernthal is so amazing as Frank Castle though, and my kids walk around the house going,
You don't
no,
like the
no,
Dolph
no,
Lundgren
no,
version?
no.
You don't like the Dolph Lundgren
And
version?
they always say, "Let me tell you something."
Oh yeah, let me tell you something.
Let me
No,
tell
no,
you
no, no,
something."
no.
Yeah, that's all he's always grunting.
Yeah, he's like, no, dude, John Bernthal is the best Frank Castle, in my opinion. He's
He is,
awesome.
Okay,
Very
I
good.
mean that's not the highest bar, you know. Like it's
Well, I'm
the
just
other
saying.
movies were not that great.
Him at Daredevil season 2, he is fan-freaking-tastic.
Well, he's not in season 2.
Of the original, the one that matters.
Make it work.
Not the
You gotta
Mouse
make
House
sense out of it.
BS.
I don't know.
Not the Mouse House nonsense. I'm talking about the OG. Anyway, okay.
The OG.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
The
Yeah,
Ben
I don't-
Affleck part? What?
All right. So is that it?
Or
Daryl?
actually, Daredevil was actually in the original Hulk show. So
Yes, he was.
You mean
Which
the
you
Lou
can
Ferrigno
find
one?
on,
Charlie
on
Cox?
the
He
Roku
wasn't born
channel.
yet.
You can find that.
Okay. So
On
what
my
else? Is that
shelf.
it? Nothing's on. Is that you want to talk about? Any other
Yes,
shows?
nothing's on, and you can also find me on Gotham by Geeks. It's a DC Comics podcast, so we
All
talk
right.
about all that stuff. We're going to talk about the Clayface
Batman.
episodes that that have inspired the new
That
Clayface
trailer. That
movie.
trailer looks pretty good too. I was actually kind of
Yeah, it's good horror.
Yeah.
Good horror so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah. All right, Peter.
yes.
Where can they listen to your
Well, here
stuff for?
on the tube or on the Mom and Pop Video Shop YouTube channel.
Yep.
That's also almost a mouthful there.
It
Mom
is.
and Pop.
Mom and Pop Video
Yeah.
Shop, more than a mouthful.
Oh my God.
Was it? Wait, now that I think about it, wasn't that the Hooters? Was that Hooters catchphase? Wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was.
It
Did you
might
guys
be.
have Hooters in your area? We had Hooters
Yeah,
around here.
yeah.
So
We
I'm
You
pretty
had
sure.
Hooters in your house when you were growing up, Joel. What are you talking about?
What?
Yeah, with the shag carpet and the mirrors.
Well,
that was a Hooters
Dad's
house.
house.
He was so naive.
I had no idea what was going on. My dad.
He's like, Dad, is this?
My dad
Why
was
is
the Hugh
there
Hefner.
mirrors?
My dad was the Hugh Hefner of Polk County, Florida, and I had no idea.
He comes
No
by
idea.
unannounced, and then you see women climbing out of the little.
I have a feeling.
Ladder
I have a feeling
going out the back.
my grandmother would have probably, who also lived there, would have had a deep problem with all of that. So probably not.
They hit.
They did very well.
Yeah, so that's basically here, or they can go back to some of the old episodes of Forgotten Flicks Remembers and stuff like that. So you should be able to. And Retro Movie Geek.
Well,
I think Forgotten Flicks Remembers. Are there episodes up? I think
there
so.
should be.
Yeah, I
think so.
I haven't checked in a long time.
In the feed,
actually.
I don't know. I haven't looked at it a while either.
No.
Allison,
Yes.
you knew I was getting to you.
I was going to take a nap over here.
Yeah, fair enough.
And wake me up when it gets weird.
Well,
anyway, I can be found here, and you can also check out my former podcast that it's been, I think, 4 years now since we did an episode on the Haunted Davenport.
Almost. So actually, at the rate you're
I'm
going,
happy that
if you
Daryl and I
up,
didn't break it.
If you start up in like the
You
next
did
6
not.
months, you will probably do a closer run of your episodes than they do with Ahsoka season 1 and 2 on Disney Plus.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I'm just saying, because there are like 4 years between seasons on that thing. So I mean, so it's not without precedent.
That's
is what I'm
not
going
on my
with.
radar.
Well, there's a year
Not mine
between.
either. I just heard about it. I was like, oh my god.
There is a year between the first episode of Terror on the Tube and the second one.
That's
so.
true. There
We
was.
might, yeah, definitely. No, we might pick it up back again at some point, but it would be in a completely new format because half the hosts are not available to host anymore. So anyway, you can check that out if you want to. We
It could
did.
just be
We're
you
here.
and Drew. It could be you and Drew.
Even that would be hard to schedule these days.
Yeah. Okay.
We're here.
You can find that at thehaunteddavenport.com or on
should
Apple
go.
Podcasts or through Podbean. But there's actually a really good Kolchak, the Night Stalker episode in the old archive, if anyone's so inclined. So that's a thing you can check out.
There are some good episodes
Yeah.
there. So go
Yes,
check them.
indeed.
Thank you. Yeah, we
All
had
right,
fun
cool.
doing it.
Yeah.
Daryl, Buck Rogers. There's Buck Rogers episode. We should promote
Daryl-
that.
I
Daryl's
just prefer
ignoring
to
us.
show up places where I don't have to edit anything afterwards. I like
Right?
that.
Yeah.
That is
Fair
so
enough.
much fun.
See, that's why Daryl's so happy here.
Yeah.
Daryl's like, I want to podcast with you guys more.
Mhm.
All right. So yes, of course, Mom and Pop Video Shop on YouTube, which is where you can see
And
the video
you
version of
won
this.
something? You're not going to bring that up?
I don't want to toot my own horn, Daryl.
This
honestly
is the
got-
section where you toot your
It
own
is.
horn.
You know what's hilarious? You know what's
Just
hilarious?
do-
I legit forgot all about it until you
Oh
said it.
my gosh. I don't know it was you. I don't know it
Yeah,
was.
so the One Who Waits Below, the short film that we made last summer, won Best Short Film at the Tampa Bay Screams Film Festival
Yeah, it did. Yes.
on over Mother's Day weekend. Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it was so funny because I had visited because Tyson was there as a vendor, and so I went and we were staying in the area for Mother's Day, and I went and saw him for a little bit, and our movie played, and like it was in a little screening room, and I went in there initially, and then like right before it started, I just dipped out because I'm like I'm not sitting here watching my own movie. I can't. It's
No,
ridiculous.
you can't do that.
No, I had to go to the bathroom or something. So anyway, I left, and I legit forgot that there was even awards involved. It was he sends me this message out of nowhere, this picture of him just holding the thing. They happened to give it to him while he was there. I was like, oh wait, what?
Nice.
I always reacted with, "What did you win?" That's kind of cool.
You
But
would
yeah,
do that.
yeah. But anyway, so no, it was really cool. It was an honor. I legit had no
Tyson
expectation at all.
Tyson stole the whole thing. Well, there's that little short movie that I wrote and
Yeah,
made.
he takes all the credit for it. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. He did a lot, so I don't. It doesn't bother me. Okay, so Bob Video Shop. Oh, of course, we next Sunday, as we record this, will be recording the Forgotten Flicks episode, the first one in probably what?
Did
How
you
many
not
years?
change
20
that,
years.
Joel, till the 31st?
Is it 31st now?
Did you?
Oh, maybe. No, I don't think I did.
I don't
Yes, you
Oh,
did.
yes, we'll discuss it when we're done recording.
See,
Because
you
apparently
talk
you
about
had
other
to-
people scheduling things. Huh?
Yeah, okay. It's one of the next 2 Sundays. It's coming up relatively soon.
Hang on.
Okay. Well, Peter's looking. We'll wrap this up.
Go in the black book. Find it out.
Oh yeah, check in the book. So so we will be doing that. We'll be doing.
Would you both be able to switch our Forgotten Flicks recording of Hero Unloaded on May 31st?
Oh, I know why.
My son's grandfather has something
yes,
he wanted
I forgot
to do with us.
Yes, he's got something he's
there
doing.
There you go. See,
yeah,
everyone comes to the answer, man.
Yes, I know. My bad. That was my bad. Okay, so
that's actually from an episode of
we're recording the first episode of Forgotten Flicks that we've done in a very long time, and I'm sure. And,
you're nervous.
And let's just put it this way, without giving anything away, by the end of that episode, there will be an amazing reveal. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. That's all I'm going to say. Yep, you'll see. I'm not going to say nothing else. All right.
Okay.
No, Peter, you don't know nothing.
That's so cheap.
All right. Anyway, on that note, until next time, remember, when it's late at night and you can't sleep, you might find yourself flipping through the channels. And if you do, beware, because you never know when you just might stumble across terror on the Booby Tubi.